Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I used occult information to sell over $13,000 of digital products. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video, give it a like, and comment your thoughts. So this is around over a year ago, a year and a half ago. I was in the process for moving downtown LA to the Valley. I'm aware that whenever you're making a big change or some sort of change physically, there is an equal amount of shift or a potential for an amount of shift mentally or spiritually, energetically, because as above, so below. And the law of correspondence is in effect always. Whenever you're doing something physically, it is also existing at some level in your mind. And I understood this. I wanted to take advantage of this to the fullest capacity, like to the fullest level, because I'm like, I'm moving right now. I'm moving into a new apartment. I'm setting the intention for peace. I'm setting the intention for prosperity. I want to increase my income. I want to be able to make money online without being able to leave my apartment. I want to be able to make money online while being anywhere in the world. I've heard of other people doing this. I've made money in many different ways before. I've made money online before, and I want to be able to do it again, but consistently on a higher level that I've never done it. So I was like, okay, what can I do? I want to sell digital products because this seems like an efficient business model. I'm not going to have any physical products. Let me give this a try. So I was learning about quantum entangling at the time, quantum jumping. And there's a theory that scientists have, that metaphysicians have, the spiritual people have, about parallel realities and how there are infinite amount of parallel universes existing at the same time. There's an infinite amount of me's, there's an infinite amount of you's, and you can shift to these different parallel universes if you match the energy and the vibration. And I've been hearing this for years. I've been studying that, learning that, practicing that. This was a new perspective that I found that resonated with me a little bit more, because in order to believe that you can jump to a whole nother universe, part of you might believe it, but part of you may not, because you may not be to that level of consciousness where you can truly understand that. But with quantum entangling, or this visualization technique that I'm about to share with you right now, it resonated with me more at my core. So this was exciting to me because I'm like, okay, this is doable. I can do this. I believe that this can work. And when you believe that something will work, it will work. It'll increase the chances of it working. So basically, before I give you the technique that I use, I want to break it down in a way. So if there is another version of you that is existing and doing everything that you want to be doing, there is information that this person have that you don't currently have. Whenever you are able to match the energy of something or the vibration of something, there is an equal emotion. There is an equal level of consciousness that exists, and it opens up within inside of yourself while you are matching this vibration. And this can happen different ways. You can increase your consciousness and increase the levels of emotions of what you're able to take. That's why sometimes when people say, oh, you have to be grateful, we are all at different levels of gratitude. We are all at different levels of love. Someone may say, I love you, and they may have more space in their heart. They may have more capacity because they may have more love in general that is existing inside of their energetic field. So the thought is, okay, you're matched an energy and you're able to have information, which is, consciousness, which is emotions. Emotions is energy. Emotion is also information. So the technique is visualizing yourself from the perspective of the version of you that has everything you already have. So a month before I moved, I started putting this practice into effect. I was doing this multiple times a day. I would do it at work. I would do it when I'm in my meditations. And before I did this, I would get into I would try to get into as deep a state of a meditation as possible, because when you're in more of a trance state or a meditative state of mind, things are more fluid, things are more influenceable. So I would always try to get into a meditative state first. Then I would close my eyes, and I would imagine myself, okay, what would it look like if I was making $10,000 a month, $10,000 a month selling digital products. How would my life be different? What type of car would I want to drive? How would my emotions be? And if you're trying to manifest something that you never manifested before, what you have to do is draw back energy from times where you've had the highest energy, where you've had the highest vibration. So I would imagine myself, the first time I got my apartment, how did I feel? It's amazing. You're feeling like, you know, everything associated. I mean, it might be different for everyone else, but for me, I'm like, okay, like with everything that I've been through, all the ups and downs I have, for me to be able to have my first apartment and just have my own space, it's just, you know, it's freeing. So that was one of the, you know, times where I broke past the barrier. Because I also had we have limits and beliefs all the time. So I'm like, okay, in order to break this limits and belief, I have to remember another time where I broke a limit and belief. So I would think about getting my first car, getting my first apartment, getting, you know, a job for the first time where you made the most amount of money you've ever made, a way where you've made a certain amount of money, or the time where you made some money in a way that you never made it before. I would imagine all of these things, and I would just have them floating in my mind and drawing energy from all of them, bringing it to my mind. And when I would build up this energy, I would conjure up this energy, I would then begin to imagine myself working on my laptop, working in my room on my desk, working on a digital product, working on something, working on products. And then I would imagine myself seeing the analytics, you know, on my phone, on my laptop, saying $10,000. And I'll imagine myself smiling. I would imagine myself just raising with energy. You know, when something exciting and your energy just raises, your frequency is going higher when this happens. So sometimes you have to invoke these energies within inside of yourself to then have it happen in reality. We're constantly communicating with reality. When reality shows us something, if someone was to hand you $10,000 right now, you would instantly glow up and you would instantly just be filled with a whole bunch of light. But you can also correspond this in the opposite way, where you just learn how to fill up and fill yourself with light before these things happen. And the more often you can stay in this state and you can just fill with energy and fill with high vibrations, you will understand how reality will communicate with you different and interact with you differently. So when I moved to this apartment, I began to do physically what I did in my mind once before at the old location. So I'll go to my desk, I will work, but I didn't know what I wanted to sell. So I'll continue these meditations. I continued, you know, being in the car that I wanted to be in, visualizing what it would look like and what it would feel like. And I would also visualize myself borrowing information from this version of myself, maybe even talking to myself in a way, an alternate version of myself, saying, hey, like, put me on to this game. Let me know this information. What did you do differently? What do I need to do? What is the missing link? What is the limiting belief? How do I need to exist? What do I need to do? What do I need to think? What do I need? I know I can do it, but give me the missing link. And going back to another time, when I was in downtown, I had an epiphany one day, like, yo, I could say, if I really had the piece of information that I needed, I could sell something online right now to where I could make thousands of dollars in a day. I believe that we all have we don't have access to it, but it exists somewhere in our mind, somewhere in the quantum realm, somewhere in the spiritual realm. Everything exists in the fourth dimension, so it exists, but we don't have access to the information. But I know there's something that I could do right now to where we could make $1 million in a day if we had that information. So I was just brainstorming different ways. I'm like, how can I do it? And I just couldn't come up with nothing. I couldn't come up with it. I'm like, okay, maybe I could sell, you know, this. It was a lower level ways. I'm like, you know, maybe I could sell, like, how can I sell like something online that's just not a physical thing? I didn't know. There was nothing coming to me. I knew that it could happen, but I'm like, what is it? What digitally could I give value to someone without, you know, having to give them a physical thing? So fast forward, you know, a couple months after this epiphany or this intention that I had, I came across people selling digital products on Etsy, and it resonated with me because I'm like, okay, this platform already has users that they are that are logging onto this platform every day, millions of users, and you can, you know, take advantage of that in a way. You can borrow the traffic that's already there. You don't have to, if you had your own website, you would have to, you know, generate all of the traffic. So I'm like, this is a good starting point. And also, even if I don't succeed, or even if I don't, you know, accomplish my goal of selling $10,000 a month, I can take the information that I learned with this and then now apply it to anything else in the future that I'm going to be doing, because I'm learning certain skills and traits of being an entrepreneur and learning different algorithms and business models and different ways of branding and marketing. Like, this is good. This is going to work out either way. So I just began doing research. I done research. You know, it was, you know, I spent hours doing product research, learning different processes, and I came across a digital product, and it was a seasonal product for Christmas. It was a game. It was a game for a digital product, and I don't want to get too much in it because it doesn't really matter. But I seen that people were selling these games and they were making thousands of dollars. So I said, okay, let me make my game and do it similar to how they're doing it, but put my own twist on it and just brand it and market it differently. I released this product 30 days before Christmas, and within the first day, I got my first sale. And I was just, you know, I was just scrolling through my email, and I seen it said, congratulations, you have a sale. And I was like, oh, this can't be right. Like, the thing about limiting belief is that when something actually happens, sometimes like you don't believe it, you know. Even though it was just one sale, it was a big giant step forward, because I'm like, okay, well, my manifestation is coming true. If I get one sale, in that moment, I instantly felt that if I could get one sale, I could get infinite amount of sales. I could get 1,000 sales, 100,000 sales, 1,000,000 sales, because I didn't spend any money on this. There's another thing. Like, well, I spent money on ads, but I didn't have to invest. I literally just used my mind to see what other people were doing and do it in my own way, give value, package it together, post it on this platform, and I was selling them for $8. So I spent a certain amount of hours making this product. I sold it for $8 once, and then after my first sale, a few hours later, I got another sale. An hour after that, I got another sale. I just kept getting the sales. I believe within like the first day, I don't know if it was the first day or 2 days between that time period, I got like 8. I remember having 8 sales within like the first 24 hours that it was posted. And 8 times 8, you know, 64, I generated $64. I was still learning to play with the ads and stuff, so it wasn't the most profit, but it didn't matter to me because I unlocked something in my mind, and I knew that I got some information that I didn't have before. Because before, when I tried to figure it out, it was not coming to me. My mind was not open to this information. But after I did this visualization technique, there was more things. The information that was online was always there, but it either didn't resonate with me, I didn't believe it could happen, or it just didn't pop up in my reality. It didn't pop up on my algorithm. I didn't know the right keywords to research. I didn't know the right stuff. It didn't come into my reality. It didn't come into my mind. So, you know, from that point forward, I researched different products. I played around with different digital products, different niches, trying to, you know, research different things. And, you know, I've sold over 4,000 products, sold over $13,000, and I didn't necessarily accomplish my goal of selling $10,000 a month from that digital product at that time, but it didn't matter because it was the start of something beautiful. And it also, I knew that the next project that I started is going to be way easier because I just broke through so many different barriers in my mind, so many different beliefs that I needed to get past. Because most people don't believe that they can make money online. Most people don't believe that they can manifest something out of nothing. So I knew that I put myself in an exclusive category of a type of person, and I knew that I felt like I figured something out. So I just wanted to share this with you guys to, you know, help inspire or motivate, because it's not always about what you're doing physically. Sometimes you really do need that spiritual aspect to open up your mind, your creativity, and to influence reality. So take with that what you will, and, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to know your opinion, so let me know.